Yeah, what about people was good? Today I'll be talking about independence. I'm not talking of Nigerian 1960 independence or Americans in the United States of America's independence. I'm talking of being self-reliant, your ability to sustain yourself under harsh conditions. I'm not talking of sustaining yourself financially alone, emotionally, psychologically, in every aspect of your life. And the reason is because number one is that the world is really a beautiful place, but has been messed up by a few nasty people. And the people who spoil the world, who destroy the world, who made this world a hard place to be, they are very minute. They are not really that much. But they have dedicated their own life into holding powers, not even the money, but holding powers that control the affair of humanity, so that anybody who tampers with their ego, they are going to destroy the person. And these people try so hard. They try and make sure that you are depending on them as much as they can. And you have to break away from that. Because anytime you do something that tampers with their ego, even though you might just be living your own life, little things, even the things that doesn't have anything to do with them, are the things that will tamper their ego, and they are going to withdraw their support for you. And not only withdraw their support from you, they are going to tell everyone in that social clique. And the people also usually like to follow them. Why? Because these people I'm talking about, they dominate and make sure that they have the ability to influence every other person in that social clique. In that social clique, let me put it that way. So when they say something or when they go one way, they don't even need to tell others. That's why a lot of people, when they are lonely or they are being ostracized or they are being cut off a certain social milieu, they usually think that that person, let me say that big dog or that dominant person that they had a clash with, has gone around to spill shit about them to others. They usually do that, but most times it doesn't, right? People just doesn't want anything to do with you. Once you mess with the person, with the dominant person in the social milieu, in the social clique, they will just toss you out like that. That's why you have to be independent, or else you will have to be sucking up to the people you don't want to suck up to. You will have to be squeezing your life, squeezing your destiny, squeezing your comfort to make sure that you are fitting into what they think is right in their own head. Even though there are some things that they know it is not right and it is wrong, but they just want that anything that they say, even the worst things that they say as it is right, it is what is right. And let me tell you, these people, when they are around you, these people who dominate others, and they have the ability to make every other person go against you, and you know that they can do that. There are some people who have the ability to make other people go against you, but it is not just in their nature. It's not just in their nature. You will easily know those kind of people, and you will be able to easily tell the people who can actually ostracize you and just go against you, and others will also cut you off that social milieu. Those people, you have to, from the very first day that you can identify them, make sure you cut them off. Don't let me say don't make sure you cut them off. From that very first day, cut them off your provisions, your emotional provisions, thinking they are going to support you when you are down, or try to make sure that you can carry and you can be responsible for anything, any calamity, any joy, any happiness, or anything that happens to you, positive or negative, in this world. Make sure that you are able to handle those things by yourself. It's raining for the first time in 2019, all the heat is going to be away. So What I'm trying to say is that when you see people who can actually spoil your destiny, because these people are going to waste your life, you are going to be in the same milieu and you'll be looking for the people who are going to help you. It has happened to a lot of people. It has happened to a lot of people. When I'm saying this, you would have known the people who around you who have been in such shoes. But when you see someone who can, whom you know that your belief is not really clicking, but they have the influence to turn other people in that social clique, the people who can actually be useful to you and your destiny in that clique, against you. Make sure that you have the ability to provide for yourself. It's not about financial need is also involved. Maybe job contract. Let's say you are in a clique of the people who do the same job, and you get contracts, you help each other to get contracts. Let me tell you, if you have any issue with the person who is the dominant or the big dog in that social clique, what is going to happen is that they are going to cut you off. And by cutting you off, you won't be able to do much. You won't be able to progress very well. That's why you have to be self-reliant. You have to know how to sort things out without the help of others. A lot of people will say, you can't make it alone. Let me tell you, there are some people that even decide you can't make it alone, right? But there are some situations where you will have nobody to be ready to help you. Not that they won't even be ready to help you. They won't even be ready to help and even work with you. Even though you are going to share the profit, you are going to share the glory, they still won't want to work with you. Why? Because you have issues with the big dog or the dominant person. It's, people just respond to this dominance of that person. But when you are in such shoes, the next thing that you should do is that when you spot that person who can influence others against you, and he will do that, probably do that, The point is, if you don't do it now, you will still do it later. Try to go against that person. Start poking that person, because that person will be poking you. That person will be choking you, like, will be poking you. That person will be trying to annoy you and make you give out some reactions that will make people see you like an idiot, that will make people see you as a miserable person, that will make people see you as the person that people are not supposed to get close to. So when you see such person, start ramming against them, but don't let other people know. You can make other people know as well. If you can start the criticism, but if you can't, but make it consistent. Be consistently chipping into them, consistently chipping them, It will get to a point that those people won't be able to stand you. So you will have two options by them. You either chip them till they can't stand your presence anymore, or you just chip them so that they won't be able to mess with you anymore. But the best thing is to chip them so they can't stand you anymore, and they will have to disappear off the scene. And immediately they disappear off the scene, and other people can see that you are the one who is responsible for chasing away that person. Let me tell you, they are going to bounce on that person, and that person that they are following gullibly before, they are going to bounce on that person and make sure that that person is being destroyed, and you become the new king of that social circle. But the point is, you have to provide for yourself and make sure that no matter whom is against you in any situation, you can still carry on with whatever you are doing till you are able to get into another social clique or social milieu, or connect with another set of people that are going to help you in achieving your dreams faster. Of course, we all know that 2 heads are better than one, but if you can't find two heads, another head to join with your own, you must be able to spearhead your motive by yourself. That's it.